First thing, extending list pages. This is really a developer change. So the way that pages were previously developed within Business Central is they were based on a specific table. And there's a new feature that's coming out that's going to be able to do these ListPlus pages. And really, if you are a Dynamics GP user, you're familiar with SmartLists. And what we're going to get is functionality around list pages that is going to start getting a lot closer to what the functionality was available in Dynamics GP. So not specifically important for non-developers to know what a list page is, but just know that that's going to extend some additional functionality. All right, auto inserting recurring sales and purchase lines. So we have the ability to create not only recurring transactions on the AR side, but also on the AP side. And there's some additional functionality that's coming in to Business Central around that functionality. And first of all, I'm going to show this feature, but I just want to point out that if you're not using recurring lines with vendors or customers now, I'd encourage you to take a look at that. It's a nice feature if you've got repetitive type transactions for vendors in particular, like a default set of account distributions, et cetera. You can then use this to automatically insert those lines. So I'm going to go down here into recurring purchase lines. The same functionality again is available on the customer side. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a code that's associated with a standard set of lines. The nice thing about this is I can have multiple sets of recurring lines on a vendor. So then I can auto insert these on quotes, orders, invoices, or on credit memos. And the option here is to automatically manually insert them, automatically insert them, or ask. There's a feature or there's a function on the document page that would allow me to insert or retrieve the recurring lines. So that's the manual process. But let me show you this card. And when I get into the detail, you'll notice that I can actually recreate the lines on the transaction. So I can do GLs, I can do item, line types, resources, fixed assets, etc. I select the number, I can put a description in, I can default the quantity unit and measure pricing if I want to, I can default dimensions if I want to, or I can leave those blank, so it's really up to you. But this can be a great time-saving feature if you've got, again, repetitive lines for customers or vendors. On the customer side, we do have the ability to actually do recurring sales lines. So from that perspective, you can set up a recurring date and then actually generate those recurring billing lines from an AR perspective. Okay, so if you're not using recurring lines, take a look at that. And a lot of people that use it on the AP side. All right, bank reconciliation and improvements. I'm going to put a plug-in for BankRec. If you're not using BankRec today in BC, there's some nice functionality around that. We do have the ability to import bank statement transactions from your bank. With the Yodlee add-in, you can do it with your company credit cards, et cetera. So a lot of nice functionality there, but there are some enhancements around bank reconciliation itself, primarily dealing with the layout of the screen. So I like the functionality in the product. I've got a lot of clients that use it, but they've made some tweaks around the screen itself